Well, glad to have you back in this old building for this old rivalry. The Boston Bruins and Montreal Canadiens just about set to go. But before we get a chance to introduce to you the starting goaltenders and your officiating crew, it's time for Rene Rancourt and the Canadian and American national anthems.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of thy sons' command. With glowing heart we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets did glare, and the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Absolutely splendid, Rene. All right, let's take a look at your officiating crew for tonight's game. Dan Merriwelli will be your referee. Kevin Collins and Brian Murphy will handle the lines. Patrick in goal tonight for the Canadiens. He has played all but 2 minutes of the first 7 Montreal games. A sparkling 1.96 goals against and a save percentage .929.
At 93 save percentage is a tremendous stat.
Of course, the kid at the other end of the building isn't too shabby himself. Blaine Locker is off to a tremendous start in his rookie season. A 1.98 and a 9.19 save percentage. So those are your goaltenders. We're set to go. And with the call, here's Fred.
Kirk Muller, Adam Oates on the faceoff. And it's back to Popovich. He's on defense with Odeline for the Canadiens. And around the boards and out. The signal is for icing.
Throw it around the wall, the early out. Montreal not going to get fancy with the puck handling.
Well, let's take a look at who is not dressing tonight, beginning with Jacques Demers, Montreal Canadiens. Brian Savage out for another week or so with a knee injury. Petrov, Schneider, Fleming, and Fogarty not dressing tonight for the Bruins. John Roloff, the extra D. Cam Stewart, the extra forward.
And the face-off to the right of Roy. Donato, Oates, Neely, the Boston line with Sweeney and Bork. Again, Muller, the captain of Montreal, on the draw. A scramble for it, and Keane gets it out to Campoose. Flipped in wide of Rocket. Donato back. Stop Now gets it again, and Donato leads the breakout with Neely 2-on-2. Hard shot, and that knocked down Odeline, who took it in the foot. Knocked out by the Canadiens to relieve that pressure. Hard shot by Ted Donato. Here's a lead for Oates over the line. Oates move it in for Donato. Stopped by Keene. Keene for Muller. Muller hit by Casatana. Danfus with it. Right across in front. And the score for the Canadiens.
Odeline.
Watch Blaine Locker on that, and he really thought Danfus was going to shoot it. Made a little bit of a move. Danfus slid it across to the onrushing Odeline, who had the injured foot. Just stays in the play. Odeline is one of the exceptional players at getting into the play. He was always kind of a defensive defenseman, and then he just, 2 years ago, they put him on the point in a power play. Had great success, started feeling a little bit better about himself, and progressed into quite a force for the Montreal Canadiens. It's his first goal of the year.
So first shot by Montreal, and Odeline gets the goal set up by Danfus. Canadiens with a 1-0 lead. Desjardins wraps it in. Leclerc moving it around. In the corner, Casatana gets it out to Leach. Not out of the zone. Pop back in. Big save. Oh, and a high stick call for a faceoff outside the line as the Canadiens almost wrapped in a second goal.
Blaine Locker didn't care. He did not know that he played it, and now the first deflection went off his foot, but I think he makes a tremendous move on the rebound. There's this one save. Then he makes a tremendous save on the rebound.
Wow.
Went for naught, however. Will not count as just 2 shots on goal.
But that gets him right into the game quickly, Derek. He gets his confidence back up after giving up that quickie to Odeline.
It's a great point, because that's exactly what he did. At first, we said, oh, geez, I really want to play against his boyhood idol was Patrick Roy. Said that in the papers, and wants to beat him.
Muller also an assist on that goal. Danfus, Odeline the score, 55 seconds into the game. And at center ice, Brunet able to pop one in the zone. Huscraft back. Penalty on Boston coming up.
Good play by Mike Keene. Took a dive on Brent Hughes. Turnabout's fair play. Brent Hughes does it to other people. Draws penalties well. Well, so did Mike Keene. He was not actually going nowhere. Brent Hughes gun would give him a little hook. Keene decided to hit the ice and draw the penalty. Now this becomes a big kill early. Penalty killers come over the boards, and you do not want to get down to this Montreal Hockey Club by 2 early.
36 seconds.
They are struggling offensively in the scoring goals department. The power play has not set any real world on fire. They want Montreal to get any confidence.
Power play for the Canadiens. Muller is out there. Bellows on one wing. Danfus on the other. Neely and Oates penalty killers. And Neely able to get it out. Tapped over the line by Oates. Oates steal in, shot, save! Oates almost short-handed as he stole from the defenseman, Racine, and cut right in on Roy. Racine snaps it in wide. Oates there. Danfus intercepts. Hands it to Oates. Oates out with Neely. Neely trying to go short-handed. Loses to Racine. And Danfus winding up. What a play by Adam Oates for a scoring bid. Big stop by Roy. Oates stole it from Racine and cut right in front at the crease. Bellows can't get started. Lacroix, a penalty killer, along with Hines. And Danfus breaks it center ice. Flip in wide. Casatano trying to get it. Danfus has it. Puts it in front. It is checked on the play as Racine cut 20 feet in front. Couldn't get it. Racine keeping in at the point. Pass bounces in front. Knocked away wide, and Casatano able to get the loose puck and clear.
Hey, what was a great individual effort by Daniel Lacroix. Up out of the corner coverage point, and that dump out pass in front. He picked it off.
Odeline's pass missed by everybody and taken by Shaw to snap it back in. Roy trying to make a long pass to Dion, doesn't work. And Bourque gets it up for Smolinski. Shift over the line, a long shot wide of Roy. And taken down is Smolinski, and the Bruins will go on a power play in 15 seconds.
Well, turnabout's fair play, but it scares me as Smolinski went down a little hard. Either he got the stick in the ribs or that's a hip pointer, and Brian Smolinski cannot afford a hip pointer. That's just the bone at the top of the hip at the waist. You pull the muscle off of that, and it takes a long time to come back. That's the way they happen, is the way he went down and twisted. I mean, I hope it was just a stick in the ribs.
I hope that's what it was, Kurt, but they're looking at the hip area. He's got his hands right on his right hip.
Yeah, if that's a hip pointer. They take a long time to come back.
22 seconds.
Odeline out for hooking, and in 14 seconds, the Bruins will have a power play. Right now it's 4-on-4. 16:38 left, first period. 1-0 Montreal. Lyle Odeline with the score. Oates for Bork. For Oates. Now to Bork. Well, a shot just wide.
That hits the net, it's in.
Backward Casatano. Taking his time, and the Bruins now get the man back, Hughes. And they started out. Bork off for Donato. Donato over the line. Up the boards. Ricochets around. Kasatonov moves in to Neely, to Donato, and hopped over a stick. And the drive out by Brunet. Bruins are on a power play. The Canadiens 0 for 1 in the power play. Canadiens lead 1-0. Bork a flip in, bounced in front, collected. Neely shot, score! Neely on the rebound, a power play goal, and the Bruins tie it.
You get a feeling it's kind of a funny game.
Very.
Come out a little flat. Montreal didn't really do much. Get one. They get a big break early.
How much are you going to miss this old building when it's gone?
Right. And
it
comes off the glass. We're going to see it on the mobile replay. Comes off the glass on a funny hop. Comes out front. And any young kids playing the game, keep that stick on the ice. Cam Neely with a shot. When he gets the shot, he's prepared to get the second one away. That's the beauty of goal scoring. Stick on the ice, know what you're doing. Roy misses it. Desjardins misses it, and Neely stays with it.
And it's tied up on the power play goal. Ray Bork gets the assist. Back now to center ice. Sevigny rolls it in. Huskroft trying to drive it out to Murray. And it's all the way to the Canadian end, and not icing. Stumple in on Odeline around the boards. A bouncing puck, and goes to center ice. Ed Ronan trying to move. Shaw trying to line him up. The play offside, and Shaw missed him. 1-1 Boston and Montreal. Back in a moment. On 1-1 the score. Shaw up out of the zone. Stumple can't quite reach it. Racine up on the left. Good hit on Sevigny by Shaw. Shaw did not miss that one. Ronan was banging into Huskroft. Sevigny able to keep it in on the boards. Up back Montgomery to Brisebois in deep. Around the boards it is Shaw. Oh, Sevigny trying to line him up, and here on the break comes Hughes. And let's see what this call is.
Sevigny took a run at him. Might have been a high stick. Whether David retaliated or not with the slash remains to be seen. Shaw's going, and he may be going alone. Wake up, Rep! David Shaw will be going alone. He got out of the way, too. Sevigny misses him. Now, Shaw knows he's going to do it. See you later, Tip. There you go. What has he done yet?
Here's the penalty.
Boston penalty, number 34, David Shaw. 2 minutes.
I guess you're not allowed to just try to sidestep a guy that's trying to run you through the boards.
The fans see it. The fans are booing. That is a bad call.
Oh, Danny boy.
Bruins, David Shaw.
Geez, I thought he might have slashed him or something, retaliated in some measure, but...
Well, he called roughing.
Why? Because he had his hand around his head.
Racine plays it in. Don Sweeney up the boards, but not out. Racine able to keep it in. But the pass goes right to Sweeney, and now it's to the Montreal zone. Racine and Desjardins are playing the points. Stamfus, Muller up front. This is Muller. Looking for Bellows, too far ahead of him.
Offside.
Offside. Tom Larson, NHL update.
Right at the Igloo in Pittsburgh, Penguins going for 9 straight without a loss. They get an early edge on Marcus Naslin's goal, his first, and a 1-0 lead for the Penguins.
Pretty pass through the pads.
Tell you what, Pittsburgh's saying, Mario who? They're playing extremely well without their superstar. I think the team is all kind of just shouldered the burden a little bit, pick it up a nudge.
Kind of like their first cup year.
Nice to see Eddie Johnson doing well coaching there.
Sweeney backhands it out after the faceoff. 1:23 left on the Montreal power play. The score tied 1-1, 6 minutes into the first period. Damphus for Muller. Muller deep, drops it back. Kept in by Damphus for Bellows off wing side. Racine over the old line, broken up. And racing forward is Smolinski. And he has Hines there. Goes for the shot. Hines goes crashing into Roy and the net. It's dislodged and they're pounding Hines.
Well, there'll be some penalties there. Stevie Hines did nothing to do about that. Went through the goal crease, lost his balance. What happened was Hines was trying to time the shot from Smolinski, but it was a rolling puck. Brian did not feel that he could get good wood on it. He took a little bit more time than Hines wanted him to take. I can't see Hines going to the box. No, this is a good killer right here. Reach out, tip it away. Now Smolinski's on the gallop. He's going to pick it up, and you're going to find that it's a rolling puck. He tries to calm it down, but just flutters it in front. So Hines just kind of avoids Roy, really knocked him down. No penalty. I don't know how you would not consider 3 Montreal players banging on a guy. There's a punch in the head and calls no penalty. Okay.
It is still a power play. Exactly 1 minute left on the Montreal power play. And that shot by Smolinski on the net. The Bruins have 4. The Canadiens 1. They've had a power play. But that one shot is a goal for Montreal, and Neely tied it up. Pass at center ice. Broke it up. Lacroix can't cover it. Odeline played it back, and Brisebois has to chase it. Long pass up for Keane. Keane wing to wing. DiPietro trying to break in. Can't do it. And Lacroix on the loose puck all the way down to Roy. Dion now for Odeline. Odeline checked. Keane also checked. Loose puck to Brisebois. And he's able to bat it in. 7 minutes into the first period. 1-1. Neely out there, penalty killer, and used a lot along with Oates, penalty killer. Penalty killers. And they're able to get it outside the line. Bounces back for Dion. Dion over the line. DiPietro. DiPietro knocked down by Don Sweeney. Hit him authoritatively, and down he went. He's back up. Keeps it in. Bork trying to wrap it up. Keane has it in the corner. Now DiPietro behind the net. Stop. Bork able to fire it out.
Good aggressive penalty killing right there. Good example of Bruins staying right on the body. Somebody's back turned to the play. Stay on them.
1-1 the score on Nesson.
Bruins fans, check your ticket stub.
Here we go. Boy has a rash. Right here, Donnie Sweeney. There, DiPietro says, oh, I guess he didn't go for that nothing move. Donnie just came in and clocked him.
And the face-off now to the right of Locker. 12:26 left in the first period. 1-1 the score. Ronan shot off the glass on the deflection. Smolinski trying to get it. Behind the net. It is Leclerc able to bring it out in front. Stop. And Leach with it. Leach out for Smolinski. Right wing side. Shot in on Roy. Save. He covers up. The Bruins have 6 shots. Montreal has 1. Montreal's had 2 power plays for 3 minutes and 45 seconds, and they haven't had a shot on Locker in that span, but they have a goal.
Bruins very fortunate right there in front of their net. They're all taking the body, and nobody went for the puck. Somebody has to take the puck. That's very important. Got that little black thing. You got to get to it. Now there, see how the facemen turn facing each other? Puck's out front. They're still looking. No one's going for the puck yet. Comes out, and now here's the flip shot. Now Roy just gets the leg closed. Did not do that with extreme dexterity.
That puck rolled up on edge, and Patrick was looking at a knuckleball.
And on the faceoff, taken by Daniel, out to Leclerc. Stopped. Tapped in by Ronan. Brunet hustles in. Gruden around the net with it. Started out, checked momentarily, gets it again to the red line, and a backhander in all the way on Roy. Gagnon.
That's the third bouncing puck on Roy so far this evening that has nearly slipped by him. They've taken 3 bad hops, and he's responded all 3 of them rather well. Obviously, they didn't go in, but
they made the initial stop on Neely's goal.
Yeah, he did. Patrick can flat play. He's a great goalkeeper. There's no doubt about that. A classy guy. A lot of charity work in the Montreal area in Quebec.
Well, Patrick has been great right since day one and is moving in on a lot of all-time records. And he'll have most of them, if not all of them, by the time he's through.
In the Boston zone, Bork trying to move it out, stopped by Muller. Muller behind the net, still going with it, trying to sneak it in front. They do, knocked away. Stevenson was there, the right winger on this line. Bruins can't move it out. Damphus on the off-wing side, checked by Bork, goes to Stevenson, big, rangy right winger, 2 years American League, broke it up. Donato out for Oates. Oates with Neely, gains the line. The shift on Odeline, a beautiful slip and slide for Neely. Shot blocked. Does not reach the net, and Odeline able to move it out. Hey, Oates is a master going down on that right wing side. His Damphus a steal inside the line. Shot blocked by Shaw. Out for Neely. Now for Oates. For Neely again over the line. The shot blocked wide by Popovic. Into the corner. LeClaire and Bellows able to work it out. Shaw gets it. Ooh, takes a heavy hit from Popovic. Shots are 7-1 Boston. 10:26 left, first period, but that one shot was Odeline's goal for Montreal, and Neely tied it up on a power play. At center ice, Murray trying to make it go. Can't. Odeline. Long drive down. Not icing. Oh, Montreal gets to it. Dion puts it in front. Bellows knocked down. Trying to one-handed in front. Can't. Shaw. Now it's off the boards. Goes to Stumple. A breakout here. But 3 men back for Montreal. Stumple trying to work it over the line. Does. In deep. Trying to center it. Checked by Racine. And the Bruins keep it in. Up the boards. Stumple couldn't set up the play with Murray and hopped over his stick. Quickly out for Dion. Dion trying to combine at the line. Can't do it. Plenty of hitting in this one. Stumple snaps it in wide of Roy. Wiesbar is ridden off by Hughes. The Canadiens control. Brunet out on the left wing. Brunet drops it. Picked up by Keane. Keane, hard pass. Wiesbar can't get it. So they were moving the defense up there. And now the Bruins able to move it out. 9 minutes left in the first period. 1-1. Odeline and Neely, the goal scorers. Neely on a power play. DiPietro checked by Lacroix. Yeah, a wild pass goes to the Boston corner where Kasatonov is checked by Brunet. Brunet can't center it. Makela able to move it to Lacroix. Out for Hines. Hines trying to break, has it stolen at center ice by Desjardins. And over the line comes Brunet. Shot, kick out, save, Locker. Only the second shot by Montreal in the period. Round it goes to Makela. This makes a backhander out. And Desjardins. A slap shot in. Plenty of banging in the corner.
2 great poke checks in a row by Kasatonov.
Montgomery intercepts at inside the line, and Kasatonov moved it into the corner. Sevigny able to get the loose puck. Sevigny behind the net. Ridden to the boards by Gruden. Down they both go. Smolinski pries it loose and starts it away. In the center ice. Nice shift to Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky bounces it over the line, but it's broken up by Ronan. Ronan can't set up Sevigny. Smolinski back over the line again. Up the boards. Tchaikovsky in front. Oh, just blocked by Montgomery's back checking. Leach was open momentarily. Shots are 7-2 Boston. 7:34 left in the first period in a lively joust here at the Garden. Plenty of hitting. Sweeney, center ice. Over the line. Flips it across. Oates with it. Shot. Jam! And the Bruins can't connect on that one as Leach headed for the net. Damphousse coming back. Flying. Over the line. Still going. Backhander. Save Locker. On the backhander. Tchaikovsky taps it out.
Oh, what a pace
Oates
to this.
Spill. Sweeney trying to cut in. Behind the net. Bruins keep it in. Looking for a centering pass. Oates can't get it. It's kept in by Sweeney. Shot into the corner. Donato there. Racine. Around the other side. A backhander in by Huscroft for Neely. Neely trying to center it. Can't. Oates there. Looking for Donato. Can't do it. And Muller to Brisebois. Stopped. Up the board. Stevenson. Able to move it to center ice. And Damphousse backhands it in. The Bruins are at that 7-shot margin for quite a span now. Over the line, the Bruins break it. Hughes, good rush, but his shot is a mile wide. And the Canadiens move it out. Hughes with it again off for Murray. Murray, a shot, and it misses high and wide. Stumple trying to keep it in. A cold night. Well, they're keeping warm there. What a pace to this one. Murray banging into the corner. And the clear out by Dion is icing. 1-1 the score. 5:45 left. First period on Nesson.
The most very valuable part of this Boston Bruin offense, and he has a point in 6 of the 7 games, at least 1 point. Got a chipped tooth there.
The draw back for Casatana. Shot wide. Nice and low, but wide. Stumple behind the net. Loses to Bellows. Bellows pops it out. All the way down to Locker. Casatana. Popovic keeps it in. Loses to Casatana. Popovic can't get it again. The Bruins break it out. Up for Stumple, but in ahead is Murray, the playoff sign.
Glenn Murray looked back at Fred Hughes as if to say, Hughesy, what do you think I have, air brakes?
He wanted the puck. He was the one that thought he was going to get it. He was gone.
He was flying.
Well, you go to the bench and you talk about that. I mean, the three of them get along very well, Stumple, Hughes, and Murray.
Big little lead over sees. Nice pass.
Things aren't going well for Glenn. He goes, see that? No matter what I do, it goes behind me, goes in front of me, bounces.
Canadiens scored in the first minute. Odeline. And the Bruins came back on the power play by Neely. 1-1 the score. 5:11 left. And the shots are 7 Boston, 3 Montreal. For the Canadiens, DiPietro, a bouncer in. Locker hangs on.
Blaine Locker, Jacques Demers, saying all sorts of nice things about Blaine Locker.
Yeah. Well, the kid isn't the type to read press clippings, so Jacques can say all he wants.
And I think Blaine has a pretty good approach to the game. He comes very competitively. He just wants to stop every shot that comes at him.
On the face-off, Austin with it. And it goes off. The defenseman into the stands, Daniel. 1-1 the score. Back in a moment on Nesson.
Well, 7-4 shots on goal favoring Boston. 1-1 on the scoreboard. And Turk was talking about Jacques Demers and what he had to say about Blaine Locker. Most flattering for a kid who's only playing in his 7th NHL game.
Well, he's new and he's good. I mean, you know, he's in love with Patrick Roy. I heard, I mean, as a goaltender. Well, maybe he's going to be another Patrick Roy because that's exactly how Patrick came in. They're both the same size. They're both cocky, which is great. You know, there's nothing wrong by being cocky. I think a goaltender should be cocky. It looks like Blaine is not afraid to express himself. That's a good sign, and he's making the saves.
Daniel shot. Save Locker.
They'd won there.
That's a better sign.
Yeah, that's a great sign.
Stopping them is great. I mean, you can be cocky if you don't stop them. Forget it.
And the Canadiens, DiPietro trying to come out. Checked by Tchaikovsky. Gruden taps it up.
I think both teams are very emotionally involved in this game. That puck is bouncing unbelievably. Now they freeze the pucks. That's so it won't bounce, but this I don't know. It's just rolling up on edge. It's not. It's never flat. There's a nice right leg save by Locker.
Yeah, I don't understand
Someone's
why
getting
the
a true
puck's bouncing so much.
And sometimes maybe they don't freeze as solidly, or they don't. You know, they should maybe take a look at the old.
The lock net monster rules.
There we go. A nice sign, original.
Canadians have had the last 4 shots, and the Bruins haven't had one in about 4 or 5 shifts. Staying at 7. Big line out there. Little line. Now to Damphus, center ice, with Muller and Stevenson. Back to Neely for Oates coming up on the right. A real threat. In. Cuts in front. Blocked. Sweeney blocked. Shot. Save. Roy. Oh, the chance for Oates. The third chance there was a dandy. Stevenson able to work it out, and Odeline ices it.
There is no doubt about it. The puck is bouncing. We mentioned it many times when the puck does not bounce for the Bruins and they don't get offense and they don't get goals and they lose games. Tonight, thus far in this game, the puck is bounced almost every time for Boston. This is a broken play. Oates does not see Bork in the slot. He curls and tucks. He gets stopped. Goes off a leg. Goes right to Oates with an open net. And Patrick Roy makes a tremendous diving save. Right there, cutting across. Odeline, nice poke check. Hits him off the leg. Now, Oates has the whole open net, and Roy hits his arm. But to get those opportunities, puck has to bounce.
1-1 the score. 3:40 left. First period. Neely, the centering pass. Odeline backhands it out. Sweeney up the boards, can't connect with Donato. Popovic, who's on with Odeline. Odeline hard pressed.
Bad pass by Popovic. Just put Odeline on the hook there. 2 forwards going to Odeline. He just gives it to him in his feet.
Oates coming out. He's checked immediately. And Muller snaps it back in. Sweeney can't set up Neely. Muller with it. Broken up. It is Donato out with Bork. 2-on-2. And Donato trying to beat Odeline. Brisebois goes to the corner. Still has it deep. Brisebois checking him. Donato able to move it out. In front, Murray, the shot. And a save by Roy. Nice setup. Donato all the way on that one and finally set up Murray. Trying to come back Huscroft, but Stumple is offside.
You know, Derek, watching Montreal, Jacques Demers had said prior to the game, wherever Neely goes, I'm going to have a forward with him and a defenseman with him. And it's going to be the same 2 guys all night long. I wonder when he's going to do that. I haven't seen it yet.
Right. It's called a con. It's kind of a spin doctor that he is. He's probably one of the best in the business to mislead you. Loves to mislead the press, and he would tell people whatever. And I haven't seen it yet either. He's never had the same guy on him as a forward, and the defensemen are changing every shift. So.
Thank you, Sean.
Trying to compliment Cam, I think, in an indirect way.
Murray pokes it up the boards. Stumple taken down by Racine. Hughes in to hit Racine. Into the corner, Hughes and Brisebois. And Murray has it to keep it in. Brisebois on the boards. Tough battle at the boards. Ooh, Murray trying to go in and get it. Murray has it. Plays it to the boards again. Roy says enough of this. He gets it all the way to Keane. And Keane passes to an open wing. Stumple with it. Murray can't hang on to his pass and move in. And the Canadiens come back. Brunet, 1-1 the score. Brunet is stopped perfectly by Shaw. Shaw slides it down, and Daigneault winding up. 1:44 left, first period. Brunet at center ice. Now the Bruins kind of set the play. Leach can't reach the pass. Spilinsky gets it over the line. Goes deep on Daigneault. Trying to cut near the net. Puts it in front. Knocked away. Score! Leach! Steve Leach on the rebound of the feed from Spilinsky, and Boston leads 2-1.
Patrick Roy down, playing the percentages, really. Thought he had it all covered. Stevie Leach picks his pocket with a beautiful little flip shot. The key is Leach gets it away quickly. Roy does not get time to set up, but the play at the blue line right here, Brian Smolinski takes the high stick, fights it off, keeps going to the net, gets poked. As I said, a bouncing puck going for the Bruins at this point. Roy poke checks it right to Leach.
Goal scored by number 27, Steve Leach.
And Leach taps it in on Roy now. 1:17 left.
And number 36, John
Gruden and Smolinski.
Time of the goal, 18 minutes.
And that defenseman that Smolinski beat was Daniel up the right wing boards.
J.J. Daniel having his problems. He sat out the last Montreal game.
Assisted by Brian Smolinski and John
Into the Boston end, Gruden after it.
34.
Taken down behind the net.
Play in the period.
Passes up on the right wing side. Leach, Smolinski, wing to wing, over the line. Smolinski going deep on Odeline, trying to get it in front, can't. Now for Leach, behind the net, put it on the net with a backhander from the goal line. Kept in by Hines for Bork. Bork has to play it to the corner, and Odeline trying to ice it, bang it out the board, off the boards, goes into the stands.
Stevie Leach, nice shift there. Stephen Hines got kind of tied up, tried to give it to Bork late. Raymond didn't have the time to really see if Montreal players were moving in the proper direction. He just dumped it in the corner. Here's Brian Smolinski. There's the poke check by Roy. He fired it off of Desjardins' foot or the far post. Stevie Leach getting the puck in the net.
Number 2 for Leach. 31 seconds left, first period. The shots are now 12-5. The Bruins were kind of stalling there at 7, but now they've put 5 on Roy, and Leach has scored.
It seems to be that way with Montreal when you play these games. Montreal get 4 or 5 in a row, Bruins get 4 or 5 in a row. It's like you take it for a while, then I'll take it for a while.
At center ice, Neely covers for Bork. Trying to set up Neely, doesn't work. Odeline taking over, 15 seconds left. Odeline knocks it in the stands again.
Off the glass, off Donato's hand.
Coming up in our first intermission, Dave Shaw will talk to Dave Shea about his new flair for scoring. We'll look back 25 years ago to today when the big bad Bruins rumbled with the Red Wings. And highlights from Pittsburgh where Ken Regan tries to tame the Panthers. Keep it right here between periods 1 and 2. That's the score. 2-1. 4 seconds left. Sweeney will kill it off. Ooh.
Not easily, I might add.
A little premature on that one. He passed to Bork, and Bork was checked immediately, and the Canadiens got a shot, but actually that period had ended.
Patrick Roy just high stick. Brent Hughes in the face. Marawelli says he saw it. Patrick Roy was coming out of the net. He tripped, fell down. The fans here laughed, and Hughes laughed at him. And Patrick Roy high-sticked him in the face. He didn't. I don't think Patrick meant to hit him in the face with the butt end of the stick. Patrick is not that type of goaltender. He's not that type of player. But now captains are over Adam Oates and Kirk Muller. Oates not the captain, the assistant. Kirk Muller, the Canadiens captain, talking it over.
Marawelli is dramatizing it. He saw.
Marawelli saw it.
I didn't see it. I was looking at this.
Right. What happened, there's something on the ice. Whether it came out of Patrick's pad, whether it's stuffing or whatever, he stepped on it and tripped. And then he stumbled, and when he stumbled, Brent Hughes was going by him, and the fans laughed, you know, kind of razzing Patrick somewhat. He didn't like it, and he high-sticked the butt end of the stick, and Hughes had just happened to hit his shoulder and glance off his face.
Only 4 people saw that. Roy and Hughes, you, and Marawelli. 2-1 Boston. Intermission highlights on Nesson in a moment.
All right, Tommy, thank you. The crowd gave Patrick Roy a hearty, lusty boo as he came out. He drew 2 minutes at the end of the period for high-sticking Brent Hughes. But of course, that was more frustration than anything. He had just slipped and fallen.
More embarrassment than
Yeah,
anything. Patrick,
exactly.
you know, as the period ends, he charges out of the net. That's his style, and he tripped over something, and it was something that came out of his equipment or was thrown on the ice, and he stumbled, and he fell down. And Brent Hughes was gliding off, and he laughed at him. And the fans laughed, and Patrick went, you know, just kind of, hey, you, in the shoulder, but hit Hughes' shoulder and hooked him in the mouth at the butt end, and gets 2 minutes for it.
Line driving down to the Boston end. The Bruins are on a power play. That's high sticking against Patrick Roy. And the Bruins are 1 for 1. Neely getting a power play goal. Keep it into Donato in the corner. Back to Bork. Or Donato again. Faking now. Casatana. Donato made a nice play there. Into Oates. Oates looking. Casatana. In shot. Picked off by Roy. Nice setup. Oates to Casatana.
Not only was it a nice setup, it was an excellent play by Alexei. What he did was he read it properly, drifted in, got good wood on it, low and on the corner. Patrick Roy come out, and watch just his catching hand. If you're a young goalkeeper, he keeps it out, and he keeps it open and low. And it just goes into it. Good percentage play by Roy. If Casatana takes the time to go high with that, he obviously owns the upper corner, but he went for the percentage. Quick release. Roy beat him.
And the drawback, Casatana. Bork, quick shot. Missed the net. Desjardins trying to clear it out. Stop. Kept in by Bork. Near the net. Neely in front. Donato sweeping, and he missed wide. Beautifully set up. But he had to get rid of it quickly. Casatana for Oates. Nice play there, that pass. Casatana moves in. His shot blocked. Neely keeps it in. Now Keane on it. And he banks it off the boards. And out.
And Mike Keane is a nice hockey player. Very smart, tough. Comes to play every night.
And away comes Oates. The drive in. Neely going for it. Bork. Tchaikovsky, who's out there. Up the boards, takes a weird hop. He's in. Shot. Save. Roy. Dropped at the right time on Tchaikovsky. Quick one to Neely. Blocked. Oates with it again. Good power play, Boston.
Penalty on Montreal. He was seen for a cross check.
Well, why? Oates had complete control of the puck. Why would he call it with Boston having complete control of the puck?
I do not know, Turk.
Maybe he thought Neely was hurt.
Boy, Racine not even subtle. Watch Neely go to set up right in front of Dan Maruelli. Dan may have gotten so excited when he saw it right in front of him, he decided to blow the whistle right away.
Well, Bruins had control of the puck. Now, a little bit of an advantage to the Bruins as well, blowing right away. Face off in there. Now you get 25 seconds.
36 seconds.
They're going to call the face off outside.
The Canadiens, Yves Rosine, at 1:36.
The Bruins get punished for keeping control. How could he call it outside?
Well, you put me on the hook with that one.
Yeah.
They've confused me.
Yep.
Now he's coming over to check with the timekeeper. Interesting story in that first period. The Bruins had 12 shots, only one by a defenseman. And we've seen so many games
And
where
the
it's
other way
been
around.
Bork and Casatana. John Gruden was the lone defenseman. Forwards got 11 of those 12 shots, and Brian Sutter has to be pleased with that.
What Maruelli wanted to check on, since the 2 minutes started at the beginning of the period, 1:36 has gone by, but only 1:35 has ticked off the penalty to Waugh.
Very observant.
Ray Bork with it. Two-man advantage for Boston. Bork over the line. Check. Trying to keep it in. Pinched on the boards by Muller, and as he backhanded it, it's outside the line. Big kill there by Muller. Casatana coming back. 6 seconds on the two-man advantage. Gains the line for Oates. Oates in. Back for Casatana. Over to Bork. And Stevenson comes out. He served the penalty for Roy. Off for Tchaikovsky. Blocked. Cross. Oates scores!
pass across. It caught Patrick on the inside of the pad.
Well, we mentioned that the puck is bouncing for the Bruins. He was trying to make the play to Oates. But when you're a goal scorer, you get these. There's a broken play. Comes off the foot, goes right to Neely. Neely's now trying to cross. Hits Roy off the back of the stick, I believe. Get a look here. See if it was off the back of his stick. Now, once Neely jumps on it, just hot to, up off the top and with it curls to go upward. Cam Neely gets his 7th of the year.
His 6th on the power play.
Neely with the score. Just trying to drop it across for Adam Oates. Bruins have a 2-goal lead. Bellows is stopped. Sweeney with it.
77, Ray Moore. And number 19, Marius Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky and Bork
Time of the goal, 10
assisting.
minutes, 12 seconds.
Bruins trying to move it out. Leclerc able to keep it in for Bellows in the corner.
Number 7 of
Hit
the
by
season,
Sweeney.
the second tonight. A power play goal
Leaf.
for Cam
Another power
Neely.
play goal for Neely. Was 2. And at the left point, this shot deflected into the stands as it was blocked.
Milestone for Raymond Bork as he picks up the assist on this, and it will be career point number 1,200 for Raymond.
Ah, that's a lot of points. That's a lot of points for a basketball player.
Yeah, sure is.
There's the broken play off Neely. Now Neely gets it. Snap. Oh, it hits the defenseman's stick. There's the better angle of it. Hits Brisebois' stick, then goes off Roy's stick. Cam looking to make the pass, but hey, every time you throw it across the front of the crease, it's eligible to go in off anything.
And we're 3 minutes into the period. The Bruins in front, 3-1. Bork breaks it up for Neely, 3-on-2. Back in front. Oates trying to set him up, can't do it. Muller coming out. Pass up. Rides into the Boston zone. Bork going for it. Sweeney ridden off. Oates is back to help out. Up for Neely. Neely and Stevenson. They bump, but away comes Oates. So the Canadiens obviously going all out. The Bruins will get some 3-on-2s, possibly. 2-on-1s. Canadiens down by 2. Huscroft breaks it up at center ice. Snaps it back in. 2 goals by Neely, 1 by Leach. O-line for Montreal. Over the Boston line. Shaw trying to move it out. Can't. Rolls in on Locker off the stick of Huscroft, and he's able to tie it up. It is Boston 3, Montreal 1. Back in a moment on Nesson. Face off outside the Boston blue line.
He only had 7 goals. Well, of the 8 power play goals. Okay.
DiPietro on the face-off. Keane and Sevigny. Huscroft. Moves it for Shaw. Looking for Hughes. Hughes over the line. The shot to save Roy. O-line wraps it up, but not out. Hooked in by Hughes. Looking for Stumple in front. Stumple's ridden out. Here's Hughes all alone. Scores! Brent Hughes makes it 4-1.
Well, is the puck ever bouncing Boston's way? Brent Hughes comes out front. No one in front of the net. You get nervous, and you actually get very nervous when you're 15 feet alone in front and nobody coming to you. Hughes just snaps off a quick shot, breaks off Roy's arm. There it goes behind the net. Joseph Stumple does not quit. Slides it in front. There's Hughes with a quick shot off the thumb and the blocker. In it goes. Patrick Roy. Right there, Montreal just not in position to help him.
Take that for high sticking me.
Yeah, there you go.
By number 18, Brent Hughes.
And Bruins out in front, 4-1 now. Stumple gets an assist. Kasatonov coming back and dropping it in wide over Watt. Ronan out of command. He is checked on the play by Lacroix. In the Boston zone, Gruden after it.
Another Montreal penalty, Fred.
Now it's called.
Now when it rains, it pours. Montreal to the box again.
Tom Larson, NHL update.
Fred, a biggie from the Igloo. Not so much John Cullen's goal, third of the night for the Pens, but the assist to BC's Joe Mullen, his 1,000th career point, first American-born player ever to reach that milestone.
Joey Mullen, one of the classiest guys that's ever played this game. There are the experts that have said that he was washed up 5 years ago, and he's got 140 goals since, 300 and some points. Joey Mullen, 400 some points. Joey Mullen can play this game.
From New York's Hell's Kitchen to BC to stardom in the NHL.
Congratulations to Joey Mullen.
Vacations, Chatham, Massachusetts.
That's
very
right.
quietly.
Yeah.
Bork starts it out, power play. The Bruins are 2 for 2 in power plays. Tchaikovsky checked when the player's offside.
You know, Mary Tchaikovsky has a lot of promise, and he has all the skills and the wherewithal. What he has gotten himself into with this mini camp and this season and pressing, he's waiting too long to make his move. In the National Hockey League, you have to make your move about 15 feet away from your opponent. Marius is waiting. You may be able to get away with that in Europe. The guys are very adept at handling and poke checking. Marius just getting a little bit too close. Got to make those moves earlier.
Montreal short-handed. An offside pass up to Muller, so the faceoff is in the Montreal zone.
Brian Smolinski is the type of player that makes, when he's going well, he makes the move quite a fair bit of distance away from his opponent, and then he burns you outside with speed. Guys to hold you one way or the other. Smolinski has that knack of handling the puck, drifting and keeping it wide, and keeping it free for himself to get. Tchaikovsky has to learn that skill yet.
4-1 Boston, and the Bruins are on a power play. Neely with it in front. The shot knocked away by Roy. Tchaikovsky drops it off for Oates. Oates holding, looking for Neely. Oates check, holds it, forced back. Tchaikovsky trying to give and go. Now to Oates, but on the perimeter. Oates works it in front to Tchaikovsky. Shot, save Roy. He had a forehand shot off to the left of Roy. Bruins keep it in. Oates, drive, save, rebound. Roy jams it up as Tchaikovsky can't get close with Desjardins there.
Well, when it comes, it'll come hot and heavy for Marius Tchaikovsky because he's getting his chances now.
Right,
looking more and more
chance.
comfortable, Derek.
Yeah, it's going to be fine. It's going to take a little time.
Shots in this period, 8-2 for Boston. They're helped out by 3 power plays. Here's Bork. Off for Sweeney. Drive, save Roy. 53 seconds left on Danfus' penalty.
Hey, there's an event coming up later this month that really hasn't gotten an awful lot of publicity, and that's the Boston Bruins alumni team coached by Woody Dumart, Milt Schmidt, and Bobby Orr against the 1980 gold medal Olympic team featuring Eruzione Craig. We'll tell you more about that in just a moment.
Daigneault gets it out. Sweeney and Bork with it. Bruins 2 for 2. 2 for 3, correction, in power plays, and this is their 4th. Sweeney, high drive. Neely with 2 goals. Now Oates with it. Oates, way back off. Neely in front. Bork couldn't drive it on net as he cut 20 feet away. For Sweeney. Sweeney moves it to Makela. Can't connect with Oates. Oates chases the puck, has it. Now for Neely, 12 seconds left. And for Oates, all the way to Bork, has trouble at the line. Tapped it up, but it's knocked away by Odeline. And the power play is up. So the Bruins are 2 for 4.
Rather a lackluster effort, that one. They moved it well, but Montreal historically has always let the Boston Bruins move it on the outside. That's where they kill penalties. And then they wait for that one little bouncing puck and jump on it.
Well, Brian Sutter will take 2 for 4 anytime. It was 2 for 2. 12:40 left here in the second period. 4-1 Boston. Murray in front for Casatana. And his shot deflected in on Roy softly. Tied it up.
Well, the Montreal Canadiens do not have in the game tonight Matthew Schneider. We'd like to congratulate Matthew on the birth of a child. So he stayed in Montreal with his wife. Montreal's defense without Schneider is seriously suspect. They used J.J. Daniel.
He's Racine.
And Racine.
Two offensive defensemen.
They had Brian Fogarty, I thought, played very well in the last game. Daniel sat out. He was a scratch. They got Popovic instead of Schneider tonight.
Hughes a shot. Blocked in front. Hughes again. A great save. Score Murray and the rebound. 5-1 Boston.
Boy, did Glenn Murray ever want that one. That gets Murray started in the right direction. This is a line that could be a going concern for the Bruins.
I think he picked this one out of midair, Derek.
Hughes and Murray. He does. Glenn deserved it. We talked about the times that he struggled. Puck is bouncing away from, but there's a good check. He stays with his man. Hughes a nice shot. Murray picks it out of the air. 5-1. But the important thing is it gets Murray off the goose egg in the scoring column.
That's going to be it for Patrick for the night. And this crowd loves it.
Montreal Canadiens can ill afford to have Patrick Roy get shelled at any time.
Well, in defense of Patrick, not that he needs to be defended, but he was left on his own. I can't remember the Montreal defense playing so loosely in their own end, Derek, in recent memory.
Well, I'll tell you, he will have something to say to his defense. He's a pretty classy kid. The high-sticking incident is not like Roy. He did not mean to hit Hughes in the face. But you have a goaltender of his caliber, right? You got to turn this game around. If Montreal has any chance of so doing. There are 32 minutes left. The Bruins cannot let up. You get a lot of bad habits when you let up with a 5-1 lead. So Boston's got to continue to take it to them. Tough spot for Tugnut to be in. This is his first appearance of the year, I believe.
Yeah, he has only played 2 minutes.
Right, so he hasn't seen the puck in a while.
In fact, he hasn't even played the 2 minutes. It was another goaler.
Brochu.
Break.
Desjardins taps it in. 5-1 Boston. Canadiens keep it in, and a quick shot. A score by Bellows.
And that is so often has happened. You change goalkeepers. Now it's 5-2. Give Montreal a little bit of breathing room.
You can see the Montreal bench come to life.
Yeah, they all picked up. So, okay, boys, let's go. Now they'll try to rally. Now, this is a tremendous uphill climb for the Canadiens, but it was considerable amount less, obviously. Now there's a quick shot. No one picking up their man. You start to get an attitude. I remember one playoff game we had the Canadiens 5-1. They won 6-5. They are not a team that quits. Now it's 5-2.
And they have 3 shots. And scored a goal on that third one. The Bruins have had a wide edge in the second period. Bellows with the score. It is 5-2 Boston. Back in a moment on Nesson.
And number 45, Gilbert Dion.
And Sweeney knocking it in on the left wing side. Neely able to keep it in. Looking for Oates. Backhander in front of Tugnut. Didn't reach him. Sweeney gambles to keep it in and does. Desjardins. We're at the forechecking of Donato. Neely pulled down inside the line. Puck bounces for Sweeney. And he flips it in the zone. Back for Daniel. 5-2. Bellows with that score. Dion had 1 assist. Long pass up for Muller. Muller trying to get over the line. He's checked tenaciously by Donato. Beautiful job, Donato, on checking. And puck into the stands.
Well, if you were watching Bruins Digest, you saw a feature Kim Walden had on Gordy Kluzak. Of course, all Bruin fans say, what if? If only those knees had stayed healthy. 1982, Gordy Kluzak, the #1 pick in the draft by the Boston Bruins. And, of course, Brian Bellows was the other option. Went to Minnesota. Just scored for Montreal.
We're 9 minutes into the second period. The Bruins lead it 5-2. Tugnut has replaced Roy in the Montreal zone. Stevenson and Shaw after it. Shaw backhands it out of the zone. Goal line. A wrap right in. Shaw trying to move it out, takes a hit from Stevenson, but puck into the stands and a face-off, and we got a jam. Huscroft and Stevenson.
This won't amount to much. Linesman right there. They anticipated it. Stevenson trying to get things started. Montreal down considerably, 5-2. You say, okay, take a shot at the first guy that moves along. Good hit on Shaw. David Shaw knows that Stevenson's a good hitter. That's what he does.
Well, while they're going to the box, let me finish telling you about the Boston Bruins alumni against the 1980 gold medal Olympic team. They'll be here in town on Sunday, February 26th at 2 p.m. at the Matthews Arena, Northeastern University. Johnny Busick, Fernie Flaman, Brad Park, Ace Bailey, Donnie Marcotte, Pye McKenzie, Terry O'Reilly, Gary Doak, a whole lot more of your favorite Bruins alumni. And, of course, you've got Mike Eruzione and Jim Craig and all the Olympians. Their first reunion since they won the gold 15 years ago. And a special feature at that game, the Stanley Cup will be on hand to commemorate the Bruins winning the Cup 25 years ago. So if you're interested, that's Sunday, February 26th at 2 at the Matthews Arena, Northeastern. Tickets available by calling Ticketmaster 931-2000.
That'd be a fun game.
Oh, that'd be outstanding.
Draw to Sweeney to Stumple. He's able to get it out to Smolinski. To Sweeney, he breaks. Bork coming up with him. Now for Bork, 4-on-4 shot, save! On Raymond Bork, DiPietro starts it away. In the center ice, Brunet over the line for Brisebois. This will be all out Montreal in a 4-on-4. And Smolinski now to Sweeney again with Stumple. Sweeney deep, holding around the boards, holding in the corner, coming off with it. Check, loose puck, and DiPietro has it. Now Brisebois. It's a 4-on-4, and we're halfway through regulation, and it is 5-2 Boston. Casatana rushing. Pass across. Stumple keeps it in and handed it to DiPietro.
He just wanted to get that in front of the net, didn't look.
Brisebois, good play.
Careful.
Over the line, keeping it in. DiPietro trying to backhand her. Stopped by Casatana. For Neely. Neely with 2 goals, both power plays. Drops it for Casatana. Looking for Neely. Neely puts it in front. Save, Tugnut. And a break on the left wing side. It is Danfus. Checked. What a job by Gruden.
There's the skating skills of John Gruden. Danfus was a good 12 feet ahead of him.
Danfus has it again now. Trying to set up Desjardins, but it hopped over his stick.
Puck not bouncing for Montreal there. That's typical of when it goes against you. Desjardins all alone, it bounced right over his stick.
Sweeney checking the play. Got its work free by Leclerc. Leclerc to the backboards. The pass in front. Stopped. Burns Neely out. Oates off for Bork. Bork heads for the net. In backhander. Save! Tugnut. Oh, what a play there. Oates to Neely to Bork. 5-2 Boston on Nesson.
Here's a good look at John Gruden. We talked about him before in the pregame. Great skating skills. Vincent Danfus can dangle as well. In a foot race over here now, Van Danfus is well ahead of him, but see, Gruden doesn't quit. He waits for Danfus to come to him, takes him out neatly.
Sweeney at the line. Able to just keep it in. Looking for Oates. Oates. Check. Canadiens trying to come back. Donato stopped it. Now Popovic pops it in. Sweeney trying to come out, and he stopped. Pass across in front, loose. Last check by Sweeney, popped in the air. Where is it? Danfus trying to get it, can't. And Neely turns the net, trying to come out, tangles with Danfus, and throws a punch at him. And no whistle. And here's Donato, a break over the line, 2-on-1 with Oates. For Oates. Oates in, holding. Save, Tugnut! Whoa, what a dandy there. Oates had him for 3 seconds, staring him down. Neely without a helmet after that entanglement with Danfus. And this one goes to the Boston end. Huscroft. Back. Check. Shaw on it. Up the boards and out. Hughes, a goal and an assist. Lets it go. Scores! Brent Hughes makes it 6-2.
Don't you just love it when the blue-collar guys go wild?
It makes your hockey club look awful deep, I'll tell you that. This is what the Bruins needed. They needed some breaks for the non-superstars, what we like to call lesser lights a lot of times. There's Brent Hughes, good, hard-working down the wing. Figure, I got to unload one. He hasn't seen the puck in a couple of months. Bad goal. Ron Tugnutt, a good goalkeeper. Had the 70 saves against the Bruins one night. That went off a stick, off the foot. He's sick. He made a great save on Adam Oates just prior. In close. Shut down Oates.
Brent Hughes has 2 goals and 1 assist. Leclerc is belted down by Huscroft. Puck to center ice. Racine with Griesbach.
Brent Hughes.
Brent Hughes, his second. Bellows coming back. Shot, save, Locker. A dandy on Bellows. The Bruins let him walk in. And here comes Murray back. Stopped, kept in by Hughes. Murray in front, jammed. And stopped by Tugnutt. Hughes to stumble, save. Murray trying to backhand it in. Check. Hughes into the corner. Hughes behind the net. His name is Brent Hughes, and he is hit by Leclerc into the corner. And they let that one ride. Boy, he took that hit into the boards.
He wants that hat trick.
He wants a hat trick.
Brent wants the hat trick big time.
Shaw coming back. In the center ice. Swooping over the line. Holding. Backs in. And the shot is blocked. Comes all the way to center ice to Bellows, who hadn't checked back at all and got a loose puck.
He was having
partial breakaway.
A little go at Brent. It's Jamie Huscroft.
Bellows keeps it in. Hitting to the post is Leclerc. Break for Boston there. 6-2 the Bruins in a wild encounter now. Leach in. Can't get the shot away. In front. Tchaikovsky stopped by Tugnutt. Canadiens come back. That's offside. Stevenson. Well, we've never seen a Montreal-Boston game like this. This is wide open.
Wide open now. Caution to the wind. The Canadiens are just going for it offensively.
I'm sure
they have no defense anyway.
I'm sure our statistician back in the studio, Paul Carroll, can look it up. But according to Brent Hughes' stats over the years, this is his first 3-point game of his career.
There's the dinger off the post. That's a big break for the Bruins. Keeps it at 6-2. But Mariusz Tchaikovsky, there's it off the post. And then we're going to get Mariusz Tchaikovsky. Well, we're not going to. We're going to go back to live action.
Shots are 20-4 Boston, second period. Overall, 32-9 the Bruins. And Brunet has it in front. Trying to put it there. Casatana wraps it around. DiPietro with it for Stevenson. Smolinski trying to get it. Stevenson, DiPietro, shot cross. Knocked wide by Locker. Desjardins keeps it in. Gruden digging for it. Stevenson, big, rangy winger, 2 years American Hockey League. And the Canadiens keep it in. Tchaikovsky thought he had it. Couldn't get it out. And a whistle now. And a face-off. 5 minutes left. So in 15 minutes, the Bruins have poured 20 shots at Roy and Tugnutt, and 32 overall. 32-11 Boston.
That is very unlike a Montreal Canadian club. As we mentioned, the Montreal Canadiens have always had Patrick Roy. They never addressed other problems. They never addressed their depth, their size, their speed. They made a couple of trades, but their draft picks have not been working out. They have not really moved the youth into the organization. Damphus and Bellows, and those guys are getting a little older now.
Well, they moved Montgomery and traded Carbonneau.
Well, Montgomery's going to be a good player, so they gave up some age to get that.
out of the University of Maine, played in St. Louis last year, traded for Guy Carbonneau. Huscroft slams it in from center ice. Murray, who has a goal. Down the board, Stumple able to keep it in. Makes his play to Murray. Murray can't cut in front. Ronan able to get it out, but Huscroft has it, and it's right back wide of Tugnutt. 4:30 left, second period. 2 goals by Cam Neely in power plays. 2 by Brent Hughes. Icing in. Hughes from Stumple and Shaw, the last one. 6-2 Boston. Second period on Nesson.
Remember you, the last time he saw Blaine Locker was in the NCAA championship a couple of years ago. He scored the hat trick in the 3rd period on Locker to beat Lake State and give Maine the national title. Of course, Blaine and the Lakers made up for it last year by winning the NCAA by beating BU.
You know how this game, the fortunes of a hockey game go. You change goalkeepers, it's 5-1. Boom, you make it 5-2 on the next shot. And then they hit the post. These are the roster changes.
Boy, Kevin Holler, I liked him. I mean, I didn't like him, but he played well for Montreal.
He's a good hockey player. But they hit the post. It would have been 5-3 for Boston. As it works out, Hughes scores in 6-2.
Sweeney in. Pass for Neely, and it doesn't work. Keane back. Poke check by Ray Bork stops that one. And fed back in, and Sweeney around the boards. Bork able to move it out. Muller at center ice is checked. Keane now gets it. Griesbaugh over the line. Griesbaugh for Damphus. Checked by Bork. Puts it in front. Knocked away. Reached. Locker, maybe a save as it trickled in. Bork in deep. Now Neely back there helping out. Bork and Keane. Neely trying to get it. And finally Sweeney does. Up for Donato. Donato. Neely. Neely trying to go straight through the defense. Doesn't work. 3:12 left, second period. 6-2 Boston. Oates. This pass blocked. And away comes Keane. That was Hines who was stopped. Keane broken up by Casatano. Sent Donato away over the line. Donato with Hines shot. Tugnutt. Score! Hines! Hines poked the loose puck in. And the Bruins lead 7-2.
Stevie Hines starting to feel his oats a little bit. Got a wake-up call. Sat out a couple of games. Got to play one. Sat out a couple of more. Steve Hines has now what? His 4th game, has 4 points. Donato takes the slapper. Got a goaltender's not sure of himself. That's the thing to do. It breaks through. He doesn't know where it is. Okay, where is it? And Stevie Hines says in the net.
That was Racine covering him, and not too well.
Assisted by number 21.
That's not Eves' forte.
And number 6, Alexei Kasatonov.
Kasatonov gets an assist. 7-2 Boston. There's that stat that the Bruins are off their feed in the second period. Get that one out. Lacroix. And Makela able to keep it in. Makela checked in the corner. And the Canadiens coming back. The play stopped by Casatano. LeClaire couldn't move. LeClaire gets it back with Bellows. 3-on-2 for the moment. Gets it to Bellows. Shot! Beautiful save, Locker. Right pad on Bellows. It was headed for the far corner. 2 minutes left. 34 shots, Boston. 13 for Montreal, and this is an offside Montreal pass.
I'd like to see Stevie Hines do well. He gives it his effort every night out. A lot of guys are, remember, come off this mini camp, that 1 week, 8 days. Tough to focus. To get on the right page, Stevie struggled a little bit. Now he's getting his chance. Reaches in. That's a don't quit goal. Racine a little sloppy in the pickup.
And just about everybody on the team has a point except Adam Oates. Can you believe that in a 7-2 game?
Adam is not getting in the shootout.
Huscroft breaks it up at the Boston line. Hughes can't make the play. Huscroft does now. So Murray. Well, here we go.
Stevenson wanted Huscroft.
Stevenson throws him down, lands atop him, and
well, what happened was they were kind of jockeying for the wrestling position. Huscroft threw a wild left. It missed when it doesn't lift. When it doesn't land, it's very difficult to keep your balance. Stevenson is no slouch. Very strong upper body. Off they go.
And the scoring in this one, 2 by Neely, both power play goals. 2 by Hughes, Leach, Murray, and Hines, the other goal scorers. Odeline and Bellows for Montreal. Can't recall a Montreal-Boston game like this one.
No, this doesn't happen very often.
Boston penalty.
So if you're a Bruins fan, enjoy it.
5 minutes each for fighting.
Boston has had Montreal's number the last 6 seasons, save for that one loss to them. They've played them very well. This is a team that the media covered and said, oh, well, this goes to Montreal. Boston's played very well for a long time against the Canadiens, and they've never really improved.
This could be icing. Gruden, big strides back. 1:14 left. Odeline just able to flip that down, but it's icing. 1:14 left. Face off to the right of Tugnut, who replaced Roy in this period.
You know, a lot of the dynasty that the Montreal Canadiens had over the years, they in the original 6-team league, they had everyone with a French-Canadian father belonged to them. And then they had to 1970 start to draft like everyone else. And they had a good holdover crew and crowd. They're having some trouble in the draft lately.
Gruden's pass missed, and Brunet is out. DiPietro coming in. Shot, scores! DiPietro fired to the corner to make it 7-3. Good hard drive,
yeah,
coming up the right wing side.
Good hustle by DiPietro. This got the makings of one of those barn burners. Montreal ever gets a couple of pucks to bounce their way. This could be one of those 9-8 jobs. Playing Locker, 5-hole just squirted through. Covered the corners. DiPietro fouled in the hole.
And we have a minute left in the second period. Boston led 2-1 at the end of the first period. Bourque is able to backhand it out. Daigneault winding up. Desjardins up to Keane, up to Muller. Muller's pass to Keane. He's hit by Sweeney. In deep. Bourque trying to get it. The Canadiens have it. Donato was spilled. Puck is back. Shot. Just missed. Rebound. Save. Locker. A big one on Downpoos on that rebound.
That's a big break for the Bruins. Ray Bourque is working as hard when they were down 1-0 as he is up 7-3. He knows this club is not the type of club to quit. They get a couple of flukes and a power play. Bingo, you got a whole new ball game.
DiPietro from Brunet and Desjardins to make it 7-3.
There's a big save by Locker with the stick. That's a beauty. That's comes out like that cleanly. Downpoos one of the best in the business, and Locker got a stick on it.
We've had 7 goals scored in a wild second period. Face-off won by Boston. For Bourque, 15 seconds left. Muller checking Sweeney. Smolinski is hit hard on the boards by Keane. Goes deep to Bourque. Bourque stopped by Muller. In the corner again. Muller. His pass, too late. The period ends. Boston, 2 periods, 34 shots. Montreal, 15. Boston, 7. The Canadiens, 3. Intermission highlights on NESN in a moment.
Thank you, Tommy. 7-3. When was the last time you can remember the Montreal Canadiens giving up that many shots? 22 shots in the second period?
I can't.
And they go a whole game and don't give up 22 shots on most nights.
I mean, this game is so uncharacteristic. The only other time I can remember Turk seeing a game that was this crazy was when Montreal came in. Was it last season or a couple seasons ago and won like 8-1?
Yeah, yeah. Everything went their way that night. Everything bounced their way. This is a break off the stick.
Boy,
goaltenders don't get to pick it up after it hits the stick sometimes.
Well, I don't think there'll be any complaints from the boys in white.
No, what you've got is a lot of the Bruins getting their first goal of the year, and I think one of the most important things is to get that goose egg out of the way. Get that first goal. Get the feel. Okay, I'm doing something. I'm contributing. Great confidence builder. Tonight, the Bruins have depth, and that's what depth, how important depth is that Adam Oates, if you can believe it, does not have a point. There are only 4 Bruins without a point. Adam Oates is the biggest name of that one.
This is Brent Hughes' night with 2 goals and 1 assist. 29 years old. Spent as much time in the minors as the majors. Matured late in his career, but he's getting a chance with the Bruins. Rick Bowness got him out of the Winnipeg organization, and he's been here ever since, and he comes every night to play. Remember the game in New York? Sweeney scored a late goal, walked in, nobody covered him. They were covering Brent Hughes.
That's
two
right.
men.
2 men on
Jacques Demers is going to have to do that.
We're gonna have to give it some thought.
Well, Hughes is a Brian Sutter disciple. Sutter wants his forwards going hard to the net. Hughes does it to the best of his capabilities.
Muller. Back for Daigneault. Daigneault deep. Puts it in front. Save, actually. Still loose. Nobody gets a handle to it. Danford's backing it up. Desjardins. Screen shot on Trent. Muller in front. Skated off by Neely. Big play, and he's tripped. Trying to get it out. Can't. The Canadiens press hard. Bourque finally able to slap it off the boards. And the Canadiens did everything but score there. Neely made a great defensive play in front of the net. Skated it out of danger.
Handled it a little bit too. Give it a couple of rolls of the wrist.
This could be icing. Gruden is back. 7-3 Boston.
Cam Neely, he's a lot better defensive player than people give him credit for. Hey, look at John Gruden coming along nicely.
Ferris State from Virginia, Minnesota. There is Neely with 2 power play goals.
Going over something with Donato where you want to be. Right here, Cam in trouble in traffic. Aha, there you go. Get it out of the way. Vincent Danford hauls him down.
And the line is Smolinski, Tchaikovsky, and Leach. LeClaire broken up at center ice. Leach to Tchaikovsky over the line. Tough angle shot. Deflected into the stands of a faceoff.
That was a little better, Derek. You were talking about making that move a little bit earlier. He left Lyle Oderline flat-footed as he made his move that time.
Marius has good speed. What he has to do is get the speed together with carrying the puck, which is a knack, and then he takes a little bit too much time making the move. That was a little bit better.
Smolinski back to the point, but knocked away. Casatana covers. Bellows, he has one of the 3 Canadian goals.
Brian
Dropping
Bellows.
it in.
Brian Bellows just poked that puck away, and he had a good break with 2-on-1, but he lost his stick.
Leach trying to come out. He's checked. Finally pops it out. Oderline and Popovic. Popovic has trouble. Stopped by Smolinski and Leach. And for Montreal, Dion is forced to flip it out. Gruden moving it back in. Brian Sutter, Tom McVie making quick changes. Third period, 7-3. Boston doesn't need any goals, just contain Montreal.
Well, unfortunately, when you get into that mode, things start to go negative.
Bourque, beautiful maneuver to work it free on the right side for Murray. Can't handle the pass. Stumple able to slide it in on the right wing boards. Shots are 35-17. The score, Boston 7, Montreal 3. A wild second period. Bork, a big breakup of a pass intended for DiPietro. Maintains control. Kasatonov to Stumple. Stumple to a late-coming Murray. Murray is broken up by DiPietro. Brunet checked by Stumple into the boards. Racine checked by Murray. Around the other side, Kasatonov keeping it in. Pass up block. Bruins trying to maintain control. Bounces back. Kasatonov is playing defense with Shaw. Racine banging away, trying to get it. And the Canadiens have it, but it's in their zone. Racine broken up immediately by Murray. Murray looking for help. Fell down, trying to tie it up. Gets back up, battles Racine, kicks it free. Oates, Donato. Bruins changing on the fly. Murray is still in deep, so nearly not out there. Shaw keeps it in. Now DiPietro breaks. Brunet creates a 3-on-2. Moves it off on the right. Murray intercepts. Murray out for Donato. Over the line. Behind the back for Oates. Oates without a point for Neely, looking for a hat trick. This pass is behind Donato. At center ice, Ray Bork stops the play. Bruins back over the line. Donato shot. Save. Tugnut. No rebound for Neely. 7-3 Boston. Third period on Nesson.
Ron Tugnut replacing Patrick Roy. Patrick did not have a Roy-like night. Not that he didn't play well. It's a great save. Bruins got 5 by him.
Huskroft just deflected over the head of Tugnut as Lacroix got the face-off. This one to the Boston end. Shaw there, not icing. Up the boards, not out. Daigneault. That one blocked wide by Hines. Makela to the open man to Lacroix. To Huskroft. To Hines. And this pass up, controlled by Montreal. Sevigny back for Ronan. Ronan hit by Huskroft. The puck, the Bruins. 3-on-2. Makela in the middle. Checked on the play. Hines. Hard drive wide. And behind Lacroix. Right back. Desjardins wraps it in.
Steve Hines has a great wrist shot. Doesn't use it enough.
Canadiens have 2 shots in this, the third period. That's good for Boston. They have the lead. Here's Neely looking for the hat trick. In. Pass in front. Bork slams it. Misses. Long rebound. Sweeney able to control it. Canadiens rush, and Stevenson keeps it in for Muller. Muller checked by Bork. Around the boards goes to Odeline, playing well up. In deep. In front. Muller. Blocked. Going down was Oates on that one. Muller. Damphus keep it in. Damphus puts it in front. Muller checked. Donato trying to move it out. And did. Odeline wrapped it back in, but it was outside the line. Just outside.
Puck popped in the air.
Well, one of the big surprises of this young season, the Quebec Nordiques make their way to the Garden Thursday night. Nesson's coverage begins at 7 o'clock with the pregame show Bruins Digest. The Bruins tackle with Wendell Clark and the Nordiques Thursday live on Nesson.
Bruins got a lot of success tonight. The Nordiques can play, boy.
What did Bork's shot hit?
Just pulled it wide. Had good wood on it too.
I didn't think
the Nordiques are the team in Quebec now. They have been highly regarded for years and never did much. Then they changed coaches, so look out.
Well, how can you get all those #1 picks and not have a good team?
It was poorly coached.
Eventually.
It was poorly coached. Now it isn't.
Here comes Leach with a steal over the line. Shot, save, Tugnut. Steve Leach has a goal tonight. Neely has 2. Hughes has 2. Leach, Murray, and Hines. Odeline, Bellows, and DiPietro for Montreal. 7-3 Boston.
Boy, Steve Leach, he is tireless.
Well, the Quebec Nordiques, as we mentioned, they have goaltending in Facette. He is playing absolutely phenomenal for them. And the whole team is playing well.
You know, Wendell Clark's made a big difference, too.
He's a lot of character, Wendell Clark.
The Bruins are playing a superb third period. Only 2 shots by the Canadiens. That came at the outset. Boston moving it deep. Reach. Smolinski. Hooked down on the play by Racine, and puck tied up.
Yeah, you know the old tune, what a difference a year makes. Well, yes, it does. There are a lot of teams that were great last year that aren't so great this year. And how about the not so greats from a year ago at this point of the season? Look at San Jose. It took ages for them to get a win. They're off to a great start. The Nordiques, Derek, you mentioned. The Isles are being very competitive in Detroit. Maybe this is the year for the Wings.
Detroit's got a great hockey club, too. We won't see them until the playoffs.
Odeline takes a hit from Hughes, who has been a presence tonight. 2 goals. To Brunet, wheeling and dealing from the left wing side. Pass is blocked by Shaw. And out, and a break. Murray up the right side. Murray. This one deflected high by Daniel. On the other side. Stumble throwing his weight around. Able to keep it in. Into the corner. Murray goes against Keane. And nobody can get a handle to it in the corner.
I can't believe he got away with hitting from behind.
Hines went down. And Pietro trying to move out. Now it's up on the left wing side for Brunet. For Desjardins. For Brunet. Pass blocked. Canadian tripped. Out comes Huscroft. 3-on-2. Hughes looking for a hat trick. Oh, he just
opted for a line change.
He just flipped it in the corner. And Roman coming back, ridden off by Ray Bork. It is Huscroft on it. A long one. Neely has to slow down, but he has it. Neely has a great pair of hands, good stick handle, but 7 years gives him a problem here. And around the boards, Odeline keeps it in. Shot deflected off the shoulder of Locker. And high. A threat there. One of the rare shots for Montreal. Here in period number 3. And here comes Ronan in for a shot. Short side save, Locker. Ronan coming in on the off wing. Right-hand shot. And the Bruins hemmed in now. Bork trying to get it. It goes wide. Montgomery has it. Back for Popovich. This one's blocked by Oates in front. Now the Canadiens pressing out. Wide open was Montgomery. Gets the loose puck. Shot is blocked. Neely with it. And finally able to move it down wide of Tugnutt. 9 minutes played, third period. 7-3 Boston. That was the score. Here's Hines. Good hit there on Muller. Hines trying to stay on side. Down on his knees, able to backhand it in.
Nice play, too. Got his feet out over the line. Kept himself off onside.
Hines has one of the 7 goals for Boston. They lead 7-3. Dampus is ruled offside. It is Boston 7, Montreal 3. Back in a moment on Nesson. And the face-off at the Montreal line. Lacroix, Makela on the left, and Hines. 10:44 left. Away comes Muller. Can't set up Dampus. Stevenson, the right winger on this line, will try it. Hit by Bork, hit by Sweeney. And Stevenson is big. And Bork able to slide it out of the zone, but he can't connect with Hines. Dampus winding up. But the Bruins are all back defensively.
Buck just not bouncing for Montreal at all.
This flip went off a Bruin, so it's not icing as Bork winds up. Up for Sweeney. For Lacroix, just too late at the line, and we're halfway through the third period. 7-3 Boston.
Now Turner Stevenson appeared last year against Boston in the playoffs. A little taste of what was to come. He is big and he is tough.
He is a big boy. There's no doubt about that. He's just a little ungainly right now, and that's just a matter of confidence, I think. to work on a few skills. He certainly got the heart.
Draw to Daigneault. Desjardins. Leclerc over the line, in. And can't get the shot away as he cut in front. Boy, and a strong rush up the right wing side. Gruden checking, Bellows trying to get it. Penalty on Boston.
Invariably that happens when John Gruden, victimized by a very nice move by John Leclerc, made far enough away from him that he kind of went for it, balancing weight on the wrong foot. Leclerc steps out right there. Uh-oh, now he's by me. So Gruden's trying to catch up. Now he goes across the front of the net on Kasatonov. We mentioned so many times tonight the puck not going for Montreal. They didn't get to finish it. So Gruden gets a tripping penalty.
10 minutes, 20 seconds.
It is the third power play for Montreal. In the first period, they had 2 for a total of 3 minutes and 45 seconds and never got a shot.
10-20.
And the Bruins are 2 for 4 in power plays, both scores by Cam Neely. And Brian Sutter has Neely and Oates out there. Neely has to take the faceoff against Leclerc. Won by Montreal. Daigneault. This one bounced into the stands.
Good coverage by Neely on the point man.
Well, coming up next, we go from the ice to the hardwood. Texas A&M and Texas Tech. I can see Turk's eyes lighting up. Southwest Conference basketball coming your way right after tonight's Bruins game. The Aggies and the Red Raiders.
Jacques Demers using 4 forwards. He has Damphousse at that right point. Damphousse back for it. Up for Muller. The line. Muller gets it himself. Gets it back to Damphousse. Neely deflects the shot wide. Desjardins trying to keep it in. Sweeney up for Neely. Neely has it intercepted. And the Canadiens come back. Neely with a steal. And he slams this one out. Actually, he tried to lead Oates and it was intercepted. This one he banged right out.
Fluttering puck. Cam tried to backhand it and get underneath it.
Bellows over the line. Drops it back for Desjardins at the right point now. Screen shot in. Blocked. Damphousse keeps it in. Right back. Desjardins. Shot. Scramble. Shot. Blocked. Blocked. Again. Penalty coming up. Leclerc jamming here.
Steve Hines saved the goal there. Made a desperate effort and he dove over the bodies. Gets in front of Kirk Muller, who couldn't get a handle to it. Locker down and out on the other side of the net after the original save. Too many players for Locker to get across the crease.
Alex is going to go.
Stevie Hines come up big. Bruins playing sloppy now. 8 minutes left. They're kind of standing around a little bit. Montreal, it's desperation. There's Stevie Hines to solve the problem and save the goal, but this year, the Bruins are starting to get into bad habits that you've got to be aware of. The next game you play is Thursday night against a very good hockey club, who Montreal you get up for, and you've always kind of said, well, it's Quebec. Well, Quebec is no longer the Quebec of old. They are all on the same page. They've cured the dissension problems. Russians playing with everyone else, and they got it all together in Quebec.
On the draw to Bork around the boards and not out. Kept in by Odeline. Over to Keane, who's back at a point position. Now for Odeline. For Keane, shot, save, rebound. Dion can't get it. 2-man advantage for Montreal. They trail 7-3. Holding it, Damphousse in front. Check. Sweeney went over and got it. Trying to move it out. He's tripped. And a call on Montreal as Don Sweeney was hooked on the play, so it'd be just a 1-man advantage as Dion is out.
When it rains and pours, Gilbert Dion, a very foolish penalty. He interfered. Now, Don Sweeney, no doubt in my mind, helps him out a little bit, but he was pretty aggressive with the stick. Interference or tripping or holding or hooking. Now watch, the Sweeney tries to get in the play and gets by him. He just gets tugged in the hands. Well, that's a pretty good little hook. I mean, Dion doesn't believe he did much, but Sweeney was balanced on the wrong foot. You fall down quickly like that. Two-man advantage, so
11 minutes, 54 seconds.
a humbling experience for the Canadiens.
One of the few times tonight Gilbert Dion's name's been mentioned.
Kirk Muller's been non-existent too thus far.
Dion's a real enigma.
It is a 4-on-3 for Montreal. And Bourque with it. Killing some time. And a flip to the Montreal end. Up the middle. Sweeney broke it up. Bounces away to Odeline. Odeline over the line trying to collect. Bourque back. Sweeney around the boards and Dampus able to keep it in with a good play into Odeline. Shot across. Hit Sweeney and left wide. It is a 4-on-4 now. Bruins will have a brief power play if they can hold off the Canadiens now. Keane trying to move in. Checked. Boston controlling, and Hines, who has a goal tonight. Barreling out hard. Slowed down. Keeps it. Still going. Wheelie, what a play he made in front. He can't finish it. Couldn't get the shot away. Brilliant work by Hines there. And the Canadiens come right back. Pass across. Huscroft breaks it up. And able to slide it out of the zone.
Great rush by Hines. He never quit on the puck. That was the important thing.
Oh, he put on a show there, Hines. Now Desjardins wrapping in. 7-3 Boston. 6:30 left. Third period. Smolinski with it now. Looking for Hughes. Looking for the hat trick. He's over the line. Backhander. Blocked. Never reached Tugnut as Daigneault checked him. Brunet comes back. Bruins back checking smartly. Get control. Break up the pass. On a power play briefly. Stumple over the line. Trying to move in. Stopped. Popovic can't clear. Bourque. Cross shot. Murray save. A jam at the crease. Hughes was right there. Stumple trying to keep it in full strength. Each team. Bruins have killed off 4 Montreal power plays.
Great one-timer by Murray. Oh, Tugnut didn't
everything in it.
Didn't see it. Just kind of drilled him.
5:42 left, third period. 7-3 Boston. That was the score at the end of 2. It's up for Hughes, for Murray. He pokes it up, but Tugnut able to get it. And the Canadiens make the quick pass out. Sevigny now for Ronan. In deep. Montgomery after Gruden. On the boards. Huscroft able to tap it out. Back comes Racine for Sevigny. Stopped by Casatana. Donato. Oh, there's a holding call, and it's called. Montgomery is going. He put a grab on Donato, so the Bruins will go on a power play.
Hey, look at Montgomery. Montgomery acts like, oh, me, why? I didn't do anything. Sorry. Take the hand off the stick. You're gone.
7-3 Boston on Nesson.
He never came to fruition.
No, it didn't, did it?
No, so we don't believe anything Jock says anymore.
Not anymore, nope. Not anymore.
I read that in the papers. Oh, okay, is that interesting? There you go. I want to see how he's going to do that.
I would have liked to have seen it. I would have left Teddy Donato all by his lonesome.
Oh, I would have left somebody all alone, and that's just too dangerous in this game.
Bruins are on a power play. Sweeney and Bourque, and up front Oates with Donato and Neely. 4:48 left, third period. 7-3 Boston. They're 2 for 4 in power plays, and Neely has them both. Oates trying to go over the line, and Donato in ahead. 2 goals by Neely, both power plays. 2 by Hughes, and he has an assist. Leach, Murray, and Hines. Odeline, Bellows, and DiPietro scoring for Montreal.
Neely leads the league in power play goals now with 6. 2 ahead of Yashin from Ottawa and Shepard from Detroit. The Wings have 5 goals tonight, and Shepard doesn't have one of them.
Desjardins able to move it to the Boston end.
Adam Oates looking for his first point. He played very well, too, Oates.
In deep, Donato collects for Oates, for Donato. Back to Bourque, now Donato. Drive, save, rebound. And the movement out by Daniel. Sweeney for Hughes. Brent Hughes, this is his night.
Brian Sutter trying to get him the hat trick, too.
He drove Patrick Roy, helped drive him to cover. Sweeney away from Muller, who's tripped anyway by Bourque for good measure. Sweeney trying to set up Oates too far ahead. Oates, Hughes after it. Oates on the boards. Try to get it back to the point. Does to Bourque. Oates. Drive. Gruden save. Oh, what a setup. A beautiful one for Gruden. A slap shot. And it was a dandy and tug-nut sprawl to make the stop.
Gruden has that ability to one-time it, and I'll tell you, that's a big plus in this league. A lot of players can't do that.
So that makes 40 shots for the Bruins in the game. 22 in the second period. Exploded in that second. Here comes Gruden over the line. In deep for Leach. In front. Smolinski can't get a handle to it. Canadians are at full strength. Trying to come back, and Bourque breaks it up in a 2-on-1. Smolinski with Leach. 3-on-1. Hughes, and just a piece of it. Daniel. Hughes says that was it for my hat trick. 7-3 Boston. We're in the third period on this.
NHL goal. He will get many, I believe. He's got offensive skills displayed by the one-time ability. That is a hard thing to do. All he had to do is get up a little higher. Right on the money.
Brent Hughes led the Bruins in shot making through 2 periods. He had 5. All in the second period when the Bruins had 22.
I don't know what this is all about. The quad. Odeline. Now, Odeline, very good fighter.
You don't know much about Daniel in that department.
He's big. He's trying to get the arms loose. You have to be careful with Odeline. He's very good. Quad seems to be handling himself in a good. He's jockeying well. They're just waiting now to just get each other off balance.
Well, while everybody's focusing on the fight, somebody was nice enough to toss an octopus out into center ice.
There you go.
We've got everything tonight. Oh, Odeline wants to
Odeline can
land
fight.
the left. Whoop. Mistake.
The old mistake. I think the two of them are on the basically exhausted side. They're two very big, strong men. When you're balanced on the old 16th inch of steel there, I tell you, that is aerobic. An exercise, that is.
Boy, Odeline was throwing the big left-handed haymakers and suddenly lunged forward. Daniel stepped back and then landed a nice hook. How did this get going?
This is, you know, there's the old glove in the face trick. Oh, no, those aren't landing.
Nope.
So, Odeline's
another inch
measuring
of
him
reach.
up, saying, well, he's got the reach on me. Okay, Daniel just waiting. Oh, I'll tell you, one of the better fighters in the league, Lyle Odeline.
And a goal scorer, too.
And the octopus there at center ice. I would hate to be the poor octopus. Obviously not the place to be.
Montreal.
Well, he probably isn't with us any longer.
Lyle Odeline. Boston penalty, number 40, Daniel Lacroix. 5 minutes each for fighting. Time of the penalties, 17 minutes, 21 seconds.
Well, this is the third full season for Brent Hughes with Bruins. First year he had 5 goals. Last year he had 13 and spent some time in Providence too. Had 6 games in Providence. A lot of time in Moncton. That was the farm team of Winnipeg. Up and down, and a night to remember for Brent Hughes.
Well, the 6th annual Bruins Wives Charity Carnival will kick off March 26th at the Garden. Fans of all ages can shoot on the Bruins goalies, tour the locker room, pose for pictures with your favorite player, and a whole lot more. Session 1 will be 12:30 to 3:30 in the afternoon. Session 2, 5 to 8 p.m. Call 617-931-2000.
7-3 the Bruins, and that was the score at the end of 2 periods. Shaw plays it in. Racine stopped for the moment by Leach. Trying to get a handle to it. Bounces away for Dion. Dion for Bellows. Bellows may break in. Does. Scores! Bellows gets his second of the night to make it 7-4.
Bruins a little sloppy there. You got 2 minutes left. You got to go for your goaltender a little bit. Lane Locker kind of blew down the left side, and once his pass gets by Huscroft, he's got to turns a little late, but Brian Bellows upstairs, he's a pure goal scorer, Bellows, when he's open like that. He's just too good with the puck.
For Huscroft playing left defense.
Very difficult.
It's not easy. He's a right-hand shot.
And once the puck was by him, the pass is what beat him.
Assisted by number 17, John LeClaire.
LeClaire gets an assist. And Dion gets an assist. So we have 2 minutes left.
That is goal number 3 of the season.
Popovic pops it all the way to Locker.
Assisted by John LeClaire.
Gruden there.
At 17,
Up the boards and out. Pass to Murray from Hughes. Murray cutting in on Popovic. Trying to get a handle to it. Save! Tugnut. He did get the backhander away from close in. At center ice now, it is Montgomery over the line. Pass stopped by Gruden and played out of the zone by Murray. 7-4 Boston. The game was not that close. Murray breaks it up on Daigneault. Now it's up the middle on the right for Stevenson. Stopped by Sweeney. Not out. Daigneault keeps it in. Pass is actually a shot on the short side, and Locker able to tie it up. 1:01 left. We're in the third period.
Good also by Glenn Murray. What he was doing was at last shift, he came in, he fought through the middle well. Murray is paying very much a lot of attention to the defensive part. There's Joseph Stumple comes in with the shot. No one was watching Stumple.
Well, the Bruins broke it open in the second period, firing 22 shots on Roy and Tugnut, his relief, and scoring 5 goals. We had to a 2-1 lead. Montreal had a couple.
1 minute remaining in
shot.
the period.
Daigneault stopped, and out comes Neely. Neely holding, faking his shot. Puts it all the way across, and Oates can't get it. Canadiens right back. Bellows soft one in on Locker.
Careful.
Oh, 3 games in a row. The opposition has scored 4 goals in each game against Boston. Oates trying to move on Daigneault. Neely in the corner. 28 seconds left. Neely looking for Oates. Oates back. Sweeney. Bork. Bork way in. Shot. Oh, he tried to pick the corner, and Tugnut handled it. In front. Oates could not tap it in. Neely with it for Bork. For Neely. It is stopped. Goes center ice. And Neely plays it down to Locker with 2 seconds left. An impressive victory for the Boston Bruins, exploding in that second period. And they post the victory. They drove Patrick Roy to cover. Any night you do that, you're playing well. Boston 7, Montreal 4. The final will have the highlights on Nesson in a moment. Okay, thank you, Tom. And #1 star of the game, no argument about that. Brent Hughes, he hustles game in, game out. Not a scorer, but 2 goals tonight.
When you're a fan, you come to a game, you see Brent Hughes works every night, works hard, and you pull for him. You really want him to do well. He had a great year last year. Took him a little bit of time to get going this year in the offensive department, but he certainly got the job done. What he did is he concentrated on getting the puck on the net, and that's what he worked on all night long. Now, he gets a break here, albeit he's out front all alone, but where he is in position to protect the line. Good, sound defensive position. He's the last man back. Could have gone either way. Could have turned and took the winger. Puck came to him, put it in the net.
Well, before the game, everybody talking about Roy. He high-sticked Hughes, accidental on that. He high-sticked him at the end of the first period. Hughes came back and scored the goal.
That's the way to get back at somebody. If they do high-stick, you have to run a dirty play at you, score. Obviously, is the best way. Sometimes you opt for the fight, but not Patrick Roy.
Well, for sure, Brent Hughes will keep the tape of this game. It was the night against the Montreal Canadiens and Patrick Roy, and he helped drive him to cover. If you could do that, you're going to beat Montreal.
Well, Hughes had 5 shots, and I think that bodes well. The Bruins had a lot of shots on Roy. Roy was victimized by clear, open chances. He did make 7 or 8 brilliant saves in that run, and then he's gone at the 7-minute mark of the second period, strictly because there's too many going by him with no help from his defense. And so Jacques Demers opted to maybe change the format a little bit, put in Ron Tugnuck, maybe the team would turn it around. And when you get in a hockey game like this, you look at it, it's 5-2. They hit the post. That would have been 5-3. They didn't. When Hughes goes down and scores another one, makes it 6-2, and puts it away.
And the guest of Dave Shea is Brent Hughes.
All right, Fred, thank you. And Brent, it was a while coming getting untracked this season, but boy, you exploded tonight.
Yeah, it was sure nice. Kind of had a little monkey on my back. You know, it's nice to get a couple goals early in the season, and it's just our 8th game tonight, and I finally got some opportunities. You know, in the slot, I was working pretty hard, and our line was working hard, and we just never seemed to get that opportunity.
You've heard Brian say it time and time again. You keep working hard, and the opportunities will come, and the puck will finally go in the net. But is it a little bit easier said than done?
Yeah, you know, it's sure easy to talk a goal, but going out there and, you know, playing against these top teams and, you know, the defensive style of play they play, it's tough to get in and get a good chance. You know, they play so defensively nowadays, but it was nice to get those chances tonight and capitalize.
Hey, after that one that just beat Tugnuck, they're going to start calling you Laser.
Well, I guess it just proves you got to shoot to score, and you know, I think we need that a little bit more. We've been getting lots of shots on nets, but not quite the quality ones we want. And it seems Brian's been, you know, emphasizing to shoot the puck no matter where you are, and you never know, it might go in. I'm
going to stop anticipating Boston-Montreal games to be tight-checking, low-scoring affairs, especially the way things have been going the last week or so. Brent, do you expect it's going to be a low-scoring number and 6, 7, 8 goals scored in the hockey game?
Yeah, and especially against Montreal, you know, it seemed like it's going to be a tight checking game, but tonight we were prepared to play. Every guy came and stepped up and played the best they could tonight, and, you know, we took it to them. I think we owed it to them. I think last year they beat us big in the Garden here one year, or last year once, and we had to give it back to them. Well, you started with 3, then after the 2 games against Philly and Florida, you've come back with 3. You got a tough one with Quebec Thursday night, and then Washington will be in here before you hit the road. Yeah, you know, we're trying to get a little roll going here at home. It's nice to play these home games early in the season and, you know, get wins. So we want to carry the role we've been carrying here against Quebec. And we know they got a tough club this year, and, you know, we're going to come out with our hearts and play to win. All right, Brent, congratulations on being #1 star. Thank you very much, Dave.
All right, Tommy, back to you.
Dave Shea, thank you very much. The Boston Bruins 7, the Montreal Canadiens 4. First time the old rivals have faced one another in this abbreviated 1995 season. Usually, oft times at any rate, the team that scores first wins a hockey game. Not tonight. Montreal had the first one, Odeline, just 55 seconds in, but the Bruins scored the next 5. Neely at 4:11 of the first, Leach at 18:34, the first 2-1 at the end of 1. Third period, 3 more for the Bruins. Neely at 2:12. Hughes at 3:16, Murray at 7:40. That made the count 5-1 Boston. Also in the second period, Bellows for Montreal, but then the Bruins came back to score twice more. Hughes at 12:28 and Hines at 17:07 before a late one by Paul DiPietro for Montreal. And the score at the end of 2 periods was 7-3 Boston, the only goal in the third period, and it came late. Brian Bellows for Canadiens, the final 7-4 the Bruins. A career high 3 points for Brent Hughes, Neely a couple of goals. 13 Bruins with at least 1 point in this one. The Bees outshoot Montreal 42-28. Bruins 2 for 6 on the power play. Canadiens were 0 for 4. I'll be back and we'll check the highlights from the Garden tonight, Bruins and Canadiens, when Bruins Instant Replay continues here on Nestle.